I know the other parts of it, the breakout rooms and all that stuff that we'll use later this morning are just as impressive. So on behalf of all of us at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune, thank you to you specifically and to the city of Jacksonville for offering this venue for us to engage in this partnership effort. Again, it came to light very, very quickly. And my thing was, we need to move to a large installation. We need to move to the installation with the best partnership possible that already exists with its surrounding communities, and that's right here at Camp Lejeune, okay, Onzo County. I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic. We're going to take it to another level, you know, with Charles and his team's help and assistance.
The leaders all the way down. So, very happy to see that. I'm going to go through a real quick slide presentation because it's not about me, it's about you all. And so you're all going to speak today. Believe it or not, all 100 of you. We're going to go through you, we'll make good time. I'll set some ground rules to make it work, so we will get through it because the idea is probably not as likely here because of the relationship, but we're going to make sure that happens today. We're actually shooting for measurable gains, not just kumbaya, feels good. We're shooting for real targeted savings. Partnerships are win-win. You know, otherwise, why would you sign a partnership? Why would you want to be part of it? You want to try to do some hiring freezes. Obviously, that could be more after 76 rules, which is rules governing the hiring of replacing government workers. How you fall into how that falls in line. Trying to work through some of those things. I think one of my favorites when I think about the assistance of cities. The folks here, as he just said, really want to be part of the base. They really want to encompass it. It's what they're all about. It's the mission. Trying to bring this all together. We in the military sometimes don't answer them, and we let that, those are all the steps in the critical path. The problem is we let those critical path steps be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. If you really only needed to review one sentence, then you don't need 3 weeks to do it. I think an hour is adequate. And that's where you start to press it and then get it to the next person. Or when we're in a meeting, if we have a question, we need to know what instruction number it is. It's easy to just go, oh, the instruction says you can't do that. What instruction? Well, I don't know. Well, let's get a copy of it so we can review it. Can you get me a copy of that tomorrow? Oh, you actually want to see it? Yes. I want to see it. If you're telling me it doesn't work, let's find out why. And so we drop and say, hey, Fred, you need my tester? Yeah, okay, we need some repair equipment over. And they swap it, just like neighbors, and both of them drop their other contracts. One is dropped, but they continue their other contracts. And they start just sharing the equipment. No more money being spent. Works great. You just have to start thinking like that. Bring it down a notch, think basic, think simple, because there's a lot of hidden money that way. Once they started thinking about that idea, the town was like 15, they were paying 130, straight on down the run. So we did a straight run all the way down. Even after the city picks up the administrative costs of passing the contract through, the base is going to save just around $2 million over a 5-year contract, just changing the simple quarterly, annual, and semi-annual
base and stuff like that. I see some opportunities. I hear some needs for safety training and all that. So I think there's some opportunities that maybe I wasn't appreciating when we.
Sounds right.
We support their child safety seat inspection program, which means that we have dependents out in town and on base that have little ones that are required to be in child safety seats. What we've noticed in the past is parents really don't know how to install these seats correctly initially.
Sarah Wilchin will talk about more when we get to MCCS.
Good morning, my name is Tom Barton. I work in Bath Logistics. We don't have very many needs, but as we were going through here, the first thing that popped in my mind is when we rehab barracks and office spaces, we throw away a ton of furniture that is serviceable. We pay people to haul it off because we can't. We take it out of the barracks, we replace it with new stuff. We don't have the capacity to store it. So it may be an opportunity for local charities or
back and forth. The training that we have to be able to offer, unfortunately, sheriffs, you're facing a situation where you do need tactical combat, casualty care, and that's something we're very good at. Medical simulation is an area that I think all of us can share across the country. One of these dummies can cost up to $100,000. and I think that is a resource that can be used across. We're looking at sharing both.
Securing the funding that we need to develop a monitoring well network that will help us further understand the groundwater system and lead us to sustainable.
A year, and the numbers are in the hundreds, maybe the thousands, I don't know, Susie. So there must be a better way to do it. So if you have other installations who have figured that out.
Recycling program, I have some needs. I could take in certain things, but I can't get rid of other things. I stockpile plastic because I can't get rid of it.
On calls, emergency services get together, maybe it's only the police, maybe only the fire. Sometimes they get together, or medical gets together, but they don't all get together. Or education will get together, but they're not going to talk to public works. In this forum, you're going to hear what they're thinking. That will generate thoughts that you just don't get to have. So simply, I was just on the phone with the governor's aide from Texas last night. They have $110 million trying to spread out of the basin next year. States are going after this stuff. They're reaching out for this. They want to be part of these programs.
Firehouses, and Chief Parker is out there somewhere. He's the smart guy from the G35 today. I just park cars. We do start fires and make a lot of noise on the base, and that's what I bring to the fight.
To give what Joe Ramirez calls a briefing, and the Colonel Scalise attended the meeting. I had no concept that people at your level were interested in things at this level. It just completely blew me away. And so the hydrology that we discussed that day.
In engineering department, I run GIS for the base as well, so those are potential internship possibilities that we have. And